What's up? What's up? What's up, people? I don't usually waste my time to put a nigga out on Front Street, but sometimes you have to do it, especially right now at the time that we're living in when you speak about the state of the pathetic black manosphere, right? Because what we have now are a grown number of black males who are finally waking up to understand that sitting down and making content complaining about females is a waste of fucking time, right? Especially when you're sitting down complaining about females who you're not even supposed to be associating with anyway, right? More and more males are finally understanding that, but yet you have males on the flip side who are trying to keep up with the status quo, which is SBE, by trying to go against males who are waking up and realizing that it is a total waste of your time and energy to complain and shame, blame, and explain about about females who come from a bad crop, who 9 times out of 10 you're not compatible with anyway, right? So, like I said before, on the flip side, you're going to have males who want to keep up with the SBE status quo, who will try to rebel and argue against males, telling other males to not waste their time on bullshit. And when it comes to people like that, you have to put their asses out on Front Street, right? So, yesterday, I made a video. It was a live called Using Celebrity Relationship Scandal to Maintain a Gender War, in which I spoke about how people are using the situation with actress Kiki Palmer and the father of her child, right? And the issues that they're having in order to keep a gender war going on the internet, which is anti-productive anyway. It's one out of those many examples where males and females use celebrity relationships and whatever issues going on within whatever supposed issues going on within these celebrity relationships to cry about what the opposite sex is doing that's not right. And this is what people are doing with this whole Kiki Palmer situation. And of course, in my prior video, I let people know that it's obvious that all of that is a fucking publicity stunt. It's a publicity stunt to get people to pay attention to an actress who haven't been relevant for a very long time. And people fell for the bait. Oh, word? She ended up getting a feature on the cover of a magazine after the situation, Doug. You see? Why am I not surprised, Doug? What up, Blaze? What's up? Blaze said, yeah, Sakpase, Blaze. Yeah, thank you. I hope you're well also, Blaze. Yeah, salute. Salute. But back to what I was saying. So, as a result of this video, some nigga got mad. Oh, yesterday? So, Doug, that happened yesterday. Wow. You see? I'm not surprised, Doug. It's these publicity stunts always result in celebrities benefiting something out of it. Okay. These publicity stunts are nothing but marketing tools in order for celebrities to have attention, to have the attention that they didn't have in a very long time, in order for them to be able to sell or promote something that they're coming out with. Like, once again, when it comes to these types of celebrity drama, quote unquote, look what happened afterwards to that celebrity. Once again, going back to Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith with all this, with all that fucking um entanglement fiasco between Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, right? Look what happened after the fact, right? Will Smith ended up coming out with the book that at one point in time became the New York Times that was on the New York Times #1 bestseller list. I think 2 years ago, right? Or a year and a half. No, yeah, 2 years ago. And then at the same time, he came out with a damn movie. All right. But going back to this bitch ass nigga that I'm talking about. So basically, when it came to the video that I made last night, talking about Keke Palmer and the situation she's having with that she's supposedly having with her baby daddy, which is really nothing but a fucking publicity stunt. And how I'm telling people that you should be how in that video I told people that they should be wise enough to not give a fuck about some shit like that, and that it's only a publicity stunt to get you motherfuckers to talk about this person so this person could get enough publicity to promote something that they're coming out with, right? Now, some bitch ass nigga came in the comment section and started complaining about my video. And you could tell by this motherfucker's words that this motherfucker is a member of the S.B.E. delegation committee. So let me hold on. So let me screen share this shit. All right. So let me scroll down. This piece of shit right here. This whole ass nigga right here, or whole ass bitch. I don't know if this is a male or a female or transgender. I don't know who the fuck this motherfucker is. But I'm assuming he's a mother. This person's a male. Okay. So I'm gonna refer to this person as a bitch ass nigga. All right. So this person got mad, started complaining, said, first of all, you have no right to tell anyone what to care about or what matters to them. Second, even if it's a publicity stunt, he put stands. He really meant to say stunt. I guess this motherfucker can't spell. Oh, non-spelling ass motherfucker, right? It has a big impact beyond celebrities. No, it don't. Her behavior, her as in Keke Palmer, her behavior is what's copied by the average woman. It's he put women with the E when in this sentence it's supposed to be woman with an A. Okay? You see, women is plural. In this sentence, you're supposed to put woman as singular, the average woman. Okay? Culture matters. Yeah, good grammar matters also, dumb motherfucker. Especially, okay, this person meant to write especially, which starts with an E, but this person misspelled it and put specially when most of the issue, you mean issues, most of the issue in the black community comes from ratchet culture, which is not true. Most of the issues within the so-called black community comes from a bad environment, not ratchet culture, bad environment. Ratchet culture is only a product of a bad environment. For culture is influenced by the environment, right? When it comes to culture, what is culture? Culture is the lifestyle that people live. When it comes to what people eat, what people believe in, how people live their lives, and how people might organize or orchestrate their family living, a lot of that is influenced by the environment. Culture is nothing but a byproduct of an environment, but which is why in so-called Black America, when you see ratchet culture, it's a byproduct of a bad environment. Broken homes, unfortunately in Black America, a large portion of homes comes from broken homes because of a bad environment. Okay, uh, a lack of good education, high unemployment, high poverty. All these things are going to create a culture where ignorance reigns supreme. But that is a byproduct of a bad environment. I'm tired of so-called black people coming on the internet and trying to be this fucking culture warrior and trying to claim how everything or most of the issues that so-called black people face in America is a product of a bad culture when that's not true. It's a product of it's a product of a bad environment. Culture is only the symptom of the problem, but a bad environment is the cause of the problem in Black America, you dumb motherfucker. And then this person continued to write, the only low level, this person meant to say low level, but the only low level, oh, well, let me see what else hold on. He meant to say the only low level thinker is you, meaning me, right? Let me see. Let me see your comments. Yeah, he meant to say the only low level thinker is you, which he meant to say me. All right. So I did respond to this jackass, but I prefer to just mention my response verbally, which is when in his first sentence, where he said, first of all, you have no right to tell anyone what to care about or what matters to them. Doesn't that sound like a female complaining? Once again, I'm assuming that this person is a male, right? And usually, like with females, females are the type when they're upset at the opinion of another person, if they disagree and then get upset at the opinion of another person, they have a habit to tell that other person how they don't have the right to say this, that, and the third. And this person, who once again, I'm assuming that's a male, and if my assumption is correct, this person is a male complaining, acting like the females that he's complaining about. Who are you to tell me what right I have to say or not to say to somebody? Motherfucker, I have the right to say what the fuck I want to anybody. If you disagree with my stance, that's fine. But you have no right to dictate. You have no right to dictate what I have to say or don't say. That's the right you don't have to dictate. That's the right that you don't have. Yeah, I do have the right to tell people not to care about something that is not fucking that is not really relevant to people's lives. How are people's personal lives affected by what Keke Palmer did with Usher when she was dressing in this scantily clad clothing and dancing? Grinding on that motherfucker. What does that have to do with my life? What does that have to do with your life? How does that affect the economy? How does that affect people's health? How does that affect whether or not someone live or die? And I wrote something like that in the response comment right down here. What does that have to do with, how does that affect people's employment? The publicity stunt that Keke Palmer pulled off will not have any effect on your personal life whatsoever. That's common sense. I mean, you don't need me to say it. It's very obvious. It's sad when I have to state the obvious to somebody. So this person's second sentence said that in this person's second sentence, once again, I'm assuming that this person is a male. He said, second, even if it's a publicity stunt, he wrote stands, he really meant to write stunt. It has a big impact beyond celebrities. What big impact? Because I already pointed out, I've like obviously already pointed out how it doesn't really have an impact on the economy, people's employment, people's health, people's personal lives. What impact did did Kiki Palmer put in society when she decided to grind on some singer? What's the big impact? Outside of the fact that dumb niggas like you chose to pay attention to that shit. What's the big impact? You know, and then this person continued to say, to write, her behavior is what's copied by the average woman. Once again, this person meant to put woman, but he wrote women. Once again, in this sentence, when you say the average woman, you're supposed to write woman with an A within the word, not an E. Singular, not plural. Exactly. No impact on you or your people's business talk with K. Neither this shit had any impact on me or my people. What's going on, Antisocial Socialite Podcast? Right, Doug, none at all. Okay. And he said, okay, her behavior is what's copied by the average woman, right? Which is, you know, when I wrote the response to that, I disagree. I believe it's the other way around, where Kiki Palmer is just copying what she have seen by the average woman or the average ratchet woman or the average ratchet female, because a ratchet is not a woman. A ratchet may be a female, but not a woman. It's the other way around. Kiki Palmer was just copying and emulating what she have seen other females do. When she decided to dress in the type of clothing she had on, showing her behind, and then grinding on some singer. But if let's say if her behavior just automatically created this catastrophic this catastrophic reaction that every single female in the world decided to go to the club with some sort of revealing outfit and start grinding on people as if this shit wasn't happening before Kiki Palmer was born. Kiki Palmer is only in her early 30s. This type of whole shit was going on way before Kiki Palmer was fucking born. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that what Kiki Palmer did with Usher resulted in a whole lot of females, doing the same thing. The question is this: who the fuck raised these bitches to decide to emulate a person that they don't even know in real life? Who the fuck raised these bitches? And not only that, what does that go to show you? Does it go to is it a result of Kiki Palmer or a result of a bad environment who raised these females to emulate Kiki Palmer? Come on now. Talk about culture matters, especially when most of the issue in the black community comes from ratchet culture. All right. If you feel that way, what are you doing? And I'm speaking personally to you, you S.B.E. troll you. If you feel that way, what are you doing to help improve the culture? If you feel so strongly about culture matters, you know, right? What are you doing to help improve the culture? What are you doing? What are you going to do about it? Because it seems in your comment that you felt so strong and felt so adamant about the things that Keke Palmer did, to the point of the fact that you didn't like the fact that I told people to not give a fuck about this shit. So obviously you feel very strong about this situation. So since it seems as if you feel very strong about the situation, my question to you is, what are you going to do to change this? What are you going to do to change the culture? If you feel as if culture matters, and if you feel as if the majority of issues in so-called Black America is a product of ratchet culture, what are you going to do to clean up this ratchet culture? What are you going to do about it? All right. You know what this is? What this troll is upset about is that I did not join the S.B.E bandwagon and wasted my time trying to shame, blame, and explain how Keke Palmer was so bad. It was so bad, was so wrong with what she did, and then try to use that to try to shame, blame, and explain to every other female out there how they're so wrong for agreeing with Keke Palmer. Because like that's really what this person is mad about. That I did not join the S.B.E bandwagon, because when you read this comment, it comes across as real S.B.E-ish. This person is sitting there so worried about how how females might be copying another female's behavior. And if that's the case, then that female's a lost cause. Fuck that bitch. Like the term that y'all always love to use, she belongs to the streets. And if that's the case, she's a lost cause. Fuck that bitch. Why the fuck are you males so concerned about females that come from a bad crop, when it's so easy to just leave them the fuck alone and focus on females who actually have potential to be something great? This is what's wrong with you niggas. You're so worried about hoes and shit. You're trying to turn hoes into housewives. That's what it is with niggas like this one. When you hear niggas like this make these types of pathetic comments, is they have this mentality where they want to turn hoes into housewives. All right? It's just like when females try to turn thugs into legitimate and good men. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that shit. These motherfuckers so goddamn pathetic. You know, this person is upset at me because I did not join the S.B.E bandwagon. That's really what it is. I did not join the bandwagon in trying to shame Keke Palmer about what she did. And the reason why is because I knew the real reason why she did what she did. It was just a fucking publicity stunt. And me being a little bit wiser and smarter than a lot of you motherfuckers out here, I'm not going to fall into the bandwagon and try to waste my time using this publicity stunt to try to shame her and any other female who agrees with her. No, I'm not wasting my time to do that. It's a waste of my time. Because at the end of the day, any female who agrees or who believes that there's nothing wrong with what Keke did is going to continue to believe that and live their fucking life. I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to change these people. I don't have the power to change these types of females, and neither do you. So why waste time on something you don't have the power to change? When you can just avoid these types of people, avoid even thinking about them, avoid talking about them, avoid making them relevant. That's the problem with a lot of males on the internet. You do so much shit to make hoes relevant. That's the main reason why hoes are winning in this society. I agree with when brothers like Ty City and Ramil and Man of Tomorrow and other people when they say that whores are winning. Whores are winning. Why? Because weak males are making them legitimate. Whores are winning because when you see some shit like the Kiki Palmer publicity stunt, a lot of you males are in the front lines talking about this shit and using that situation to then continue an online gender war to start crying and complaining about other females who possibly behave the same way and who agrees that there's nothing wrong with what Kiki Palmer did. Cry about this shit. You make hoes relevant. That's why they're winning. That's the main reason why they're winning. Captain Saber 304 to the rescue with his nigga cape on. You know what I'm saying? With the flea market cape on and shit. With a stocking cap on top of his head, a flea market cape on and shit, some nigga pajamas, trying to rescue a 304. Come on, man. What up, AM1? What up? What's up, AM1? And it's funny when a brother like AM1 come on YouTube and say something similar to what I'm saying, right? And put a lot of emphasis on black males putting more focus on attaining skills and resources. You got so many of these weak ass niggas that want to respond to AM1 and make it seem as if what he's saying is incorrect. How? How? Focus on being the best man that you could be. And it's obvious that in this society, as a man, in order for you to survive in this world, in order for you to be able to maneuver around this world to the best of your ability, you must attain and or improve and or obtain more and more skills and resources for yourself. Not only do you not only do you increase your chances of having a better lifestyle, you also put yourself in a position to have more options when it comes to choosing the right fit for you when it comes to the opposite sex. That's obvious. But no, niggas want to be here and start crying about bitches. And when you don't do the opposite, no, excuse me, and when you don't do the same, when you do the opposite and you encourage other people to do the opposite, you got motherfuckers like this piece of shit that want to come and shame you. Nigga, however a way you pronounce your name, fuck you. Shit. I'm tired of you motherfuckers, man. I'm tired of you motherfuckers like homo ass BGS and shit. An undercover homosexual and shit that want to come on here and uh um and make 8 years of S.B.E. content. Listen, I don't care about what male or female celebrities do. I don't give a fuck. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, what they do is just a marketing scheme for them to get more publicity in order for them to be able to sell something. It's always that pattern. It's always that pattern. Whenever you hear some shit like this, turn around and pay more attention to that same celebrity when they're involved in some sort of so-called scandal. What happens next? They end up selling something or promoting something. What up, Ronan Unsung? You know, so listen, Don't be coming to my goddamn videos trying to shame me for not joining the S.B.E bandwagon. Right, right, Ronin Unsung. These supposed to be thinking black men, quote unquote, but they focus on celebrity gossip. And not only that, not only are they focused on celebrity gossip, they use celebrity gossip and celebrity scandal to try to shame females who are possibly doing engaging in the same scandal as another celebrity. Just like this whole Keke Palmer situation, where now males are using that to try to shame females who are possibly doing the same thing, and females who claim to believe that what Keke Palmer did wasn't wrong. You're wasting your time doing that because every breath that you waste trying to shame females who think that what Keke Palmer did was right or wasn't wrong, you're not going to change that person's mind. That person is going to believe what they believe until they either end up in the grave or make the decision for themselves to grow the fuck up, in which neither you nor myself have control over that. The fuck? Just like the whole I'll go back to the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith fiasco. Not only when he smacked Chris Rock, supposedly, okay, I believe that shit was staged. I don't even think that shit was real. I believe when I mean I don't think that shit was real, I don't think that was some real beef between Chris Rock and Will Smith. I believe that shit was scripted. That's just my theory on that. But not just the slap, but also the whole entanglement fiasco between Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. So many males online, especially the so-called thinking black males, was using those situations to shame so-called black females who's possibly guilty of engaging in that same thing. They just use these celebrity relationship scandals to cry and cry and cry about what the opposite sex is doing that's wrong. It sounds so fucking stupid. Yeah, AM1, hella stage. And I've said that from the gate. I said, man, that so-called slap that Will Smith gave to Chris Rock was some stage shit. You mean to tell me this nigga, Will Smith, was in his seat, was a member of the audience in his seat, walked on stage without security stopping him, assaulted somebody, and went back to his seat without anyone grabbing him and picking him up and arresting him? Nigga, when you see some shit like that, that shit is fucking staged. Fuck out of here. But nonetheless, how could you guys consider yourselves to be so-called thinking black men, but haven't used your brains and think that what celebrities do is nothing but publicity stunts just to gain more popularity in order to sell something? Thus, should not even be relevant in these conversations. I mean, especially this space was supposed to be based on helping and assisting black males, right? It's supposed to be based upon improving the conditions of the black male collective. So if that's supposed to be the goal or the aim of this space, what is crying about celebrity relationship scandal going to do to assist the conditions of the black male collective? Come on now. Come on now. Shit. I'm gonna make this a rule. Any one of you weak niggas try to get at me for not going on the S.B.E bandwagon, I will get on your motherfucking ass. I'm gonna verbally shove both my feet up in your ass. Because you niggas are a bunch of bitches. And I'm tired of weak ass bitches trying to come at real men for not hopping on some hoe ass bandwagon. Fuck out of here, nigga. Shit. I mean, once again, this loser who was commenting in my video, who I believe or I assume that this individual is a male, right? And this motherfucker wants to try to shame me because I would not shame Kiki Palmer. Yo, that shit, do you understand how pathetic that shit is? Do you understand how pathetic that shit is? That shit is so fucking pathetic, man. But anyhow, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. The fact of the matter is that in this space, we have to move the needle. And part of moving the needle is to not waste our time to speak about celebrity drama. It's stupid. I mean, you should know the aim when it comes to these types of publicity stunts that celebrities pull. What's going on, Complex Design? What's up? You should already be aware of it because celebrities have been pulling these types of publicity stunts for decades. What I'm telling you, motherfuckers, about these publicity stunts is nothing new. It's obvious. Once again, I'm giving you motherfuckers the obvious. I'm not telling you something that you do not know. I'm telling you something. Well, I'll take that back. I'm telling you something that a lot of you guys should already know. Because once again, these things are very obvious. And it has been very obvious for a very long time. Right, AM1. They want to live vicariously through you getting your lick back over a chick you don't even care about. Exactly. And how is that going to help my life or your life or anyone's life by going online and trying to get your lick back to a chick that you claim not to care about? To me, I look at that shit is so fucking pathetic to me. I mean, the best way to get your lick back at a chick that you don't care about is to leave her the fuck alone. I mean, to me, that's the best. If you want to get your lick back at a chick, that's the best way to do it. Just don't fuck with her. Leave her alone. Don't make her relevant to you. Don't think about her. Don't talk about her. And don't even surround yourself around females of that ilk. To me, that's the best way to get your lick back on a female that you don't care about. You don't make her relevant. Yeah, it is. It is, AM1. So pathetic. But with that, I do have to go. Because unlike the S.B.E Delegate Committee, I got a life. So I'm out of here. So peace out, y'all. Shout outs to y'all. Complex Design, what's up? AM1, thanks for coming on. Johnny Mills, yeah, it was a fake slap. Thanks for coming on. K or business talk with K, thanks for coming on. Ronan Unsung, shout outs to you. Thanks for coming on. Doug, thanks for coming on. No, the Antisocial Socialite Podcast, thank you for coming on. Blaze, thank you for coming on. And those of you who are, watching in the clouds or watching on the playback, shout outs to y'all. Thank you for watching me. But yeah, we have to move the needle in this space and focus on things of more substance and are actually relatable to the Black male collective, and focus on things that are solution oriented that will help the Black male collective improve and thrive in this society, which is what the original goal of this space was meant for in the first place. All right. So let's stop worrying about dumb shit like what the fuck these rich folks, these celebrities are fucking doing. We should already be conscious enough to know that a lot of these things that they do are fucking publicity stunts. Like I said in the last video, 9 times out of 10, Keke Palmer and her baby daddy are probably, coming home to each other every night, fucking the dog shit out of each other. You don't really know if they actually broken up or not. The fuck? Don't be surprised if you even read some news, so-called news, stating that the two came back together, that the two quote unquote forgave each other, that they fixed their issues, and now they're back together. When probably in real life they was never broken up. All this was a setup just to get some publicity to sell something to you dumbass motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So yo, peace out, man. Peace out. We have to be more conscious and aware of these things and stop giving any relevance to these weak ass nigga content creators who want to use these celebrity relationship scandals to try to maintain this gender war so they could cry, shame, blame, and explain to these Keishas out there in the world. I wouldn't be surprised about that if he come out and give this scripted apology. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Business talk with Kay, that her so-called baby daddy came out with this scripted apology, right? And then they're all of a sudden they're back together after they probably made a few millions of dollars by selling something as a result of reaching a level of publicity, when it comes to this situation. All right, man, I'm out of here. All right, yes. The Antisocial Socialite Podcast says, appreciate you, Wacky. Good day. You have a good day too, or good evening. I know you out there in the UK. It's probably almost 8 p.m. So I'll just say good evening to you. All right, peace out, y'all.